What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for January 29th, 2025. Testing, 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 testing. Perfect. Hope you guys had a great day today, guys. Hope you guys had a great trading day as well. If you guys took any trades, again, personally for me, pretty much exactly what we talked about last night and during the isolation session, right? We know we had that news coming in at 7:30. Um, a few pairs that we had our eyes on, specifically AU, right? We had a 372, but as soon as that news dropped last night, we saw that price already gave us STP ADR for the day, so we're already done with it, right? We had really no trades for today. Um, as always, again, isolation session, we're gonna go over the daily time frame, update our daily highs, daily lows, see if we have any continuations, talk about where we're at in the overall market makers pattern. 4-hour time frame, look at our 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows, look at if we have any continuations, and we'll be looking at the 30-minute time frame, looking at our 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows, and look at any continuations that we have on the 30-minute to look for an entry for tomorrow, right? So tomorrow's already Thursday, so tomorrow's pretty much the last trading day that I'm gonna have personally. If something looks good during tomorrow's isolation session for Friday, then maybe we'll potentially have a trade for Friday, but not really expecting anything to happen on a Friday, right? So just gonna give everybody a few more minutes here. I'll give everybody till 7:05 to join the stream, and then we'll get started. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over? Let me know. Anything at all that you guys need, just let me know and we'll go over it. Okay, I'm just gonna give everybody till 7:05. We'll give everybody 2 more minutes here, and then we'll get started. Alright, guys, let's get started. So AU daily time frame. We know that we are on level 3, right? We had A2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the bottom, right? We know we're looking for a break of structure below our daily zone. We don't have a break of structure yet. We still have a testing candle, and we can see that price in the lower time frames is giving us higher highs and higher lows. And we can see that here in the 4-hour time frame that we had lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high, change of character. And we also have 2 weeks where price has been pushing up to the top side, right? The fact that it's counter, I'm not expecting price to continue to push to the top side. The fact that we had a gap at the beginning of the week also resets the trend, so I'm not looking for price to give me that third push to the top side. And we could see that here in the 30-minute time frame. We had 2 days of drop, today being the third day. Price gave us a beautiful third day low, so this is looking good, right? Again, at this point for AU, I'm not really looking for any trades up until we fill this gap up, right? Once we fill this gap up, that's when I'll start looking to take trades again. If not, then we're just gonna take a step back from AU and wait it out. EA in the daily time frame, we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. We know that in the 4-hour time frame, we're stuck in this little zone of consolidation. We finally had the break of structure, right? We also have a engulfing candle here that we did not see. When was this printed? Tuesday at 5. Let's see how this looked, right? Red, red, green. Beautiful engulfing candle. Right, in the 4-hour time frame. I wonder why we didn't see this one yesterday. Right, because in the 4-hour, not only do we have that break of structure, but on the 30-minute, we also had a 2 days of rise. Right, okay, so let's go back here. So this 4-hour candle. Okay. So it would have avoided all of this and we would have been able to get in. But this was 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Not really that good. Right, STP was already hit. Oh, that's the reason why I wasn't looking at this, right? Because STP was already hit by the time we were looking at the chart again, right? 7:30 during yesterday's isolation session, right? And we have higher high, higher low, higher high. So we know we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low over here. Right, and we have a day of rise. Now I want to see in the 1 hour, do we have any other engulfing candles? Nothing. Nothing in the 30. Nothing in the 15 either. Nothing. Okay. Just gonna be patient with this one. Again, why I don't really like this entry for many reasons, but we have the break, right? We do have a 30-minute change of character break of structure, but let's just speak about the 4-hour really quick, right? In the 4-hour, we have the break of the zone consolidation. So what I would love to see is a pullback, right? I would love to see a steeper pullback to give us a retest to then continue. So this entry up here on EA, I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Obviously, you can see how price is rejecting for price to continue. Um, so we'll look for a steeper pullback to be given in the 4-hour time frame. Once we get that pullback, that's when I'll start looking to take trades again on EA. But EA is looking good, right? We know we're gonna get that third push to the top side. We just gotta be a little patient for it, right? We have the break with structure, like I said again, the zone of consolidation. Once we get the break, we're looking for a retest. So we'll be looking for the retest to be given somewhere in this area, and then we'll start looking to take another trade on EA. So just gonna be a little patient, wait for our confirmations, and then continue to trade it. EU, we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, so this is where our safety trades are going to be taken. And once again, very similar to the other pairs, we're looking for price to start giving us change of characters, break of structures, look for any continuations. We have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. Price gave us a new weekly high and then started to push back down to the bottom. Right, we also know we have a gap in the market, resets the trend, so not really expecting price to continue this push at this point. We had a nice hour engulfing candle, but we could see that price disrespected it, right? And then once again, we had a day of drop yesterday, and then today price gave us 2 days of drop, and we know we were trading higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right, we're on the 800 EMA. Price did not break below the 800 EMA, so I'm not expecting price to continue this push down to the bottom. Right, this 30-minute high is pretty wonky, but it's all good. Use this entire zone here. Looking for any engulfing candles, but we do not have any on any of the time frames that we trade, so we'll continue to monitor EU. Once again, what I'll be looking for is a lower time frame, change of character, break of structure, and right now we have lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, right, higher low, and then we're looking for the break of structure to happen and give us a higher high. So if we could get this push on EU, this would be pretty ideal to continue the push to the top side. EURCAD, the daily time frame. We are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. We still don't have a break of structure of the high. We still know we have this gap at the bottom of the market. So what am I looking for again? Same thing we've been talking about this entire week. I'm either going to be looking for price to give me a break, a pullback, and then continue to push up to the top side, or I'll be looking for price to give me a pullback first, right, to fill this gap up, and then continue to push up to the top side. These are the only two things that I'll be looking for price to do. At this point too, it does look like price wants to give us a second push, a second month high as well. So next month, if price wants to give us that third push, then we'll get it. We also know we have 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, price gave us that third and final push to the top side, and then started going down and giving us internal lower lows and lower highs. You can see we had higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, change of character, lower low, where price has been just kind of consolidating down here, trying to make up its mind on what it wants to do. Does it want to give us a steeper pullback? Does price want to just consolidate instead of giving us a pullback? Because again, we know we have two type of movements in the market. We have when price is trending, right, higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs, or you have when price is consolidating and just moving sideways, right? So in a pullback, instead of getting a higher high to a higher low, or a lower high to a lower low, right, you'll just get price consolidate, right? And in a zone of consolidation keeps it a little bit more simple, because all we'll have to look for is a break retest to continue to push to the top side, right? So ECAD, will just be patient with it. We know that we're in a zone of consolidation, so in the 30-minute we'll wait for that break to happen. Once we get that break, we'll have a little bit more direction as to where price wants to go. So as of right now, we're just going to be a little patient, wait it out, and then continue to take the trades when they're given. What's good, Albert? Good evening, my brother. GA daily time frame, we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Right before we could get the push, we're looking for the break of structure. We did get the break of structure, and perfect, we got the pullback. So now in this pullback, once we go down to lower time frames, we want to start seeing change of characters, break of structures. Right in the 4-hour time frame, we want to see continuations, 2 weeks of rise going into a third week. Right here in the 4-hour, we have a nice little engulfing candle. Right, 4-hour, we're also getting the crosses of the EMA, so this is looking good. Right, and again, pretty much what we were talking about yesterday. We had the change of character, we have the break of structure, but price is yet to give us a pullback. We're pretty much still trading between higher high, higher low, and price just continues to trend the entire time. Right, I'm not gonna mark this as higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. All of this is part of the same trend. Right, so we'll continue to monitor EA, man, or GA. There's really nothing we could do here. I would have loved to have seen price finally give us a pullback. Would have loved for price to do that today, to just give us a steep pullback, and then we'll start looking for entries. But we had that news last night, and we can see exactly what price did. As soon as it went up and hit STP at 83 pips, price just consolidated. So from 7:30 p.m. all the way till 5 p.m. today, right? So for 10 hours, we were just moving sideways, right? So GA will continue to monitor. Again, would love to see a pullback to then continue to start trading GA. Once again, that pullback, I would love it to be around this area. It's going to be a pretty big zone in the 4-hour, but I would love that pullback to be sort of somewhere in this area. Once we get that pullback, then I'll start looking to take a trade. If we don't get the pullback, then that's okay. We'll just have to wait for price to reset, right? We have so many days. We have pretty much this entire week, right? We have 5 days where price has just been pushing up, right? No nets, no days of drop, no reset to the trend. Price has just been pushing to the top side. So we'll be looking for a pullback. Once again, the higher high going into a higher low. Once we get that higher low, then we'll start looking to take a trade. But for right now, just gonna take a step back. GCAD daily time frame, we are in level 2, looking for price to continue higher highs and higher lows, right? We're in an overall market makers pattern uptrend. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price still went down, tested our higher lows, and just continued to push to the top side. We have a week of rise, so no continuations here. Once again, we were making lower lows and lower highs and finally made a higher high, right? We went from lower lows to higher highs, and we can see that here in the 30-minute. We have lower low, lower low, higher high, higher low, and then price gave us a higher high, tapped these highs, and we've just been sitting at these highs for the last couple of days. We're still trading between this higher low, this higher high. Price ended up giving us a day of rise today, so we're looking good. GCAD, this is going to be another one where at this point for me, I'm not going to be really looking to take any trades. Would love to see price just kind of sit between this area, and then next week is when we'll start looking for the entries. But in order for me to start looking for entries and being comfortable looking for these entries, I need to see something happening in the lower time frames, right? Which is going to be either an engulfing candle, or it's going to be a lower time frame change of character, break of structure, or it's just going to be a simple pullback, right? At this point, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Lower low, and then price gave us higher high, higher low, and then this is where price has just been. We had the news come out. We had a lot of crazy movements here in the lower time frames. But let's say we just use this, right? We know that in the 5-minute, we're trading between higher high, right? Higher low, higher high, right? Because again, we know we were trading this low gave us this high, and this low, right? This high, we had lower low, lower low, boom, higher high, right? Nothing broke these lows. These highs were broken up here, right? So price gave us higher low, higher high, and then where we're at right now, pretty much in these higher lows. So we still gotta wait it out to see. And at this point, the last couple of days, pretty much this entire week, we know that we're just in a little zone of consolidation as well. So if we could continue to make higher highs, I would love to potentially just see price give us that higher high. We would also like to see price break above our 30-minute high, and we would also like to see price break above the zone of consolidation, give us a higher low to then continue, right? That would make the most sense here for GCAD. But again, I just don't like overall where we're sitting on GCAD. The fact that we're sitting at the highest point in the market for GCAD, just to keep it in simple terms, why would I take a trade at a higher high to continue to make higher highs and higher highs and higher highs, right? I would love for price to give me a higher low to then continue to make higher highs, right? So GCAD, just gonna kind of sit on it. We already know what we want to look for, right? So we'll just be a little patient. Let me delete some of these smaller drawings down here. I just drew this so you guys can see where the market structure is at, right? But we will keep the entry models kind of just here on the screen. GJ daily time frame, we're in peak high territory. We know we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Price went down, gave us a higher low, so we know that we're trading between this low and this high. We have no continuations in the daily time frame. In the 4-hour, we know that price is just stuck in a zone of consolidation once again, where price is rejecting lows and rejecting highs the entire time. We have no continuations in the 4-hour time frame. We had a week of rise last week. This week, price opened with a gap, resets the trend anyway, and we can see that price is just kind of on the downside of things. We have no engulfing candles right now. And then on the 30-minute, again, we know we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Price is still yet to break these lows. Price has not broken these highs, and we still don't have a continuation. Price is just moving sideways. So very similar to GCAD, right? Price is just in a zone of consolidation. So once again, I will be taking a step back from these trades from GJ, right? There's really nothing here for me. Just a lot of fake outs, of course, in the zone of consolidation. That makes sense. That's going to happen. So GJ just gonna skip it for now. Let me see if there's any engulfing candles. Let's take a look. So we know we have that gap at the top, nothing, no valid engulfing. Green, green, red, but I think we saw this one yesterday. I don't like the fact that that green candle looks like a doji, right? But either way, price came up, retested it, and went right back down. So it was already used up, nothing really for us to take there. Right, that gap, price came up, filled it, went back, rejected lows, came back up, coming back down. Right, and no engulfing candles in the 1 hour. The only engulfing candle we had was that 4-hour engulfing that price tapped into on Wednesday. That was yesterday's trade. Or today's trade. Sorry. Right, so nothing there. Just gonna keep going. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Anything you guys want me to explain, let me know. If not, then we'll just continue to move forward, guys. So GU, we know we have higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we know we're trading between this high over here and this low over here. Have a day of no net. Let's move our STP over here. 4-hour time frame. We have a week of rise this week. Would love for price to give us a second push to the top side, so then next week we already know where price would want to go, right? But we know that we're still trading between the 4-hour lower low and lower high, and in the daily time frame we're still making lower lows and lower highs. However, we know that we are in level 2. We were in the first zone of consolidation in V1. We had the break of structure. After the break of structure, we're looking for a retest, right? We're looking for a pullback. We have 3 months to drop. This month being the 4th month, I'm not expecting price to continue to go down. I'm expecting price to either move sideways and give me a no net or continue that push to the top side. So right now we are sitting on that no net area. We also know that GU had a weekly engulfing candle that price came down and tapped into it already, right? So it's looking good, right? Again, the only thing that's missing here on GU for me to feel comfortable to continue to take these trades in the lower time frames, I would love to see price to I would like to see price giving us change of characters and break of structures. So that's still something that we have to wait for. Again, we still are trading within the previous lower lows and lower highs that we had. So once we get this change of character, right, if price could give me the break, right, the BOS, then I'll start looking to take trades from here on out, right? But for right now, just gonna be a little patient with GU, but it's definitely definitely looking good. US30 daily time frame, we're still up, right? We're still in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Price is still uptrending, giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low to continue to push to the top side. No continuations in the daily time frame. In the 4-hour, we have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. Price continues that push to the top side, which is good. Still following the structure, right? Higher highs and higher lows. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had 2 days of rise, today being the 3rd day. Price right before the NY open, right, was just consolidating. Went up, gave you that 372, gave you that 3rd day high, and then went right back down. So we finished the day on a rise drop. Now, a rise drop, a rise no net. Could we expect price to give us a 4th push to the top side? Again, it's not something I'm expecting out of US30, but it is something that could happen. Or this is a rise drop, not a rise no net. So we'll continue to monitor it, right? It's definitely something that could happen. Me personally, I'm not really trading US30 at this point. I'm waiting for the markets to kind of look a little better. You know, trying to get out of the zone. If price breaks above our daily high or 30-minute high or 4-hour high, then, you know, I'll start really looking to take a trade, right? If not, if price rejects these highs, well, I'll look for a trade going long, right? If not, at this point in peak high, if price starts giving us the rejections of the highs and gives us 30-minute change of characters and break of structures, then this is where I'll start looking to take trades to continue that push down to the bottom. So at this moment, I'm just kind of on a standstill, right? I'm either looking for price to give me a change of character, break of structure to go short, or I'll be looking for price to give us a break of structure of the daily high and the 30-minute high and the 4-hour high, which again, everything is color coordinated. And then I'll be looking for the break of structure retest to continue to push up to the top side. So for right now on US30, just kind of taking a step back. I'm not really taking any trades at this high. I'm not taking any trades at this level. Once again, highest point in the market at a higher high. Would love for price to give us higher high, boom, higher low, give us a retest to then continue. Right, so that's pretty much what I'm talking about when I say I don't like taking trades at these highs. It just doesn't make any sense for me, especially trades going long. It just doesn't make any sense. Right, so on to the next one. We're almost done here, guys. Any questions, let me know. I'll give you guys a minute in the chat. Any pairs you guys are looking at, any trades you guys took that you want me to kind of go over, let me know. Anything you guys want me to explain, let me know. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Just wanted to check something real quick. And then before we go offline, we'll also look at Forex Factory for tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure tomorrow is gonna be pretty clean. We had FOMC today at 2:30, so tomorrow I'm not really expecting anything too crazy, but we'll take a look at that at the end of the stream. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to see. Gotta check something real quick. Okay. No questions in the chat. Let me go look at Discord real quick. No questions in the Discord. If you guys have any questions in the Discord too, you guys could either type it in the chat or you could message me privately, whatever you guys are more comfortable with. Really no pressure. Alright, so USDCAD daily time frame, we are in level 3. Right, once again, we had push number 1, first zone consolidation V1, push number 2, second zone consolidation V2, and push number 3. Right, so at this point, push number 3, what I'm looking for is for price to reach the previous peak high territory. Once again, we had 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the 4th month, which is this month, we're expecting price to move sideways or go down, and we're moving sideways. Right, so again, market makers are doing exactly what they got to do. Right, price action is doing exactly what it has to do. In the 4-hour time frame, no continuations. We have a week of counter drop again, where price is moving against the overall trend, and again we're stuck in the zone consolidation. So USD CAD, again, just gonna keep it simple. I'm not really trading USD CAD. I'll start trading USD CAD once we have something simple. Once we have a break of structure above our zone consolidation. We have a 372 that could potentially play out, but once again, very similar to what happened last week and I think the week before with some pairs. Right, is this 372 high probability? No, and the reason we know that is because the pullback that we had towards the end of the day is super steep. If the pullback maybe would have ended here, right, then from here we could potentially say, okay, yeah, cool, we could look for a trade. Right, but the fact that price broke below this zone and gave us such a steeper pullback in the Asia session open, and we still went right back down, it's not something that I'm expecting price to really give us. However, we'll mark it up. We'll look at it tomorrow. We still don't really have, again, a break of structure of the zone of consolidation. We still don't have a break of structure either of market structure. We're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. So just gotta wait, right? In the 4-hour time frame, same thing, right? 4-hour time frame, we know again we had higher high and we pretty much have higher low, higher high, but price never really gave us a nice break. This is just all testing candles at the end of the day. So we have no engulfing candles either. So there's really nothing for us here to be like, yeah, we're gonna take these trades. Like, no, right? And again, at these higher highs, very much like what we explained in the earlier pairs, right? We understand there's 2 type of movements in the market. You have the trend, and then you have consolidation. Again, when price is giving you higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, or vice versa, lower lows, lower highs, or lower lows, or when price moves sideways. right? So we understand that right now at the higher high, we're either going to get price to move sideways and then give us a break of structure of the top of the zone of consolidation to continue into the previous peak high territory, or we're going to get price to give us a pullback, right? Pretty much higher high, higher low somewhere in this area to then continue into the higher high. So we'll just be patient with this USD CAD. Again, this is definitely going to be one that we're going to keep an eye on for the fact that we have that 372, the third day high that's going to happen or that we'd be looking for it to happen. It's very similar to US30. But if not, then that's okay. We already know why the price isn't going to go into that direction, right? And USDZAR has 2 days of counter drop. Sorry. Daily time frame, first and foremost, we know we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Very similar to USD CAD. We have 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, we know that for the next month, which is this month, price either going to move sideways or go down. And right now we're at that downtrend. We also know we have this 30-minute gap, so very similar to EURCAD. I'm either expecting price to give us a break of structure of the second zone of consolidation to then give us a pullback to fill this gap and then continue to push to the top side, or we'll get price to give us a pullback to fill this gap and then continue to push to the top side. But again, we just got to be patient when it comes to that. In the 4 hour time frame, we have 2 weeks of drop. This week being the third week, again counter, not expecting price to go low, and we also had a gap in the market, resets the trend, right? So gonna keep an eye on it. We're still trading between the previous higher high and higher low. And on the 30-minute time frame, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price went up, gave us a change of character, higher high, and we're still trading between that 30-minute high and 30-minute low. Right, we have 2 days of counter drop, so just gonna wait it out, gonna be patient. Wait for price to fill the gap up. Once we fill the gap up, that's when we'll start looking to take a trade. Gold daily time frame, still making higher highs and higher lows, right? We're still in an uptrend, right? We're at the higher high right now, but let's take a look and see if we have any continuation. We have 4 weeks where price has been pushing up to the top side. Right now, just waiting it out. We can see that price is just rejecting highs and rejecting lows in this area, right? Rejecting lows, going higher, rejecting lows, going back to the top side. We have these engulfing candles. Price tapped into our 1 hour but did not tap into our 30-minute, right? So at this point, I'll still be looking for price to tap into that 30-minute engulfing candle. Would have loved to have seen price at this point. Once again, I would have loved to have seen price give me a break of structure after the change of character to then give us a pullback, and that would have given us a little bit more confirmation that price will like to continue to push down to the bottom. However, at this point, we also have a 30-minute engulfing candle going long here that price tapped into, and this was already at 3 p.m. So what do I think is gonna happen on gold? We get that question a lot. I don't know. We're at the highest point in the market at this point. Very similar to US30, very similar to GJ. A lot of pairs are in that situation, right? Very similar to Bitcoin, similar to where USD CAD is going. It's just a waiting game, right? It's just a waiting game. Could we continue to look for longs? Yeah, we can, right? But in order for me to feel comfortable trading long, I need to see that change of character, break of structure. And right now we don't have that. Right now we were trading higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a lower low, change of character, and we're trading between this 30-minute high and 30-minute low. So I'm not gonna feel comfortable taking a position on USD CAD going long, especially when price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. Let me take a sip of water, guys. Give me 1 second. Right, because even if we go down to lower time frames, we know that we're trading between this lower low, lower high, and lower low. Right, in the 30-minute, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, right, lower low, change of character. But when we go down to the lower time frames, right, these little internal moves, we know that we're trading between this high and this low. So just going to really wait it out just a little bit more to see exactly what price wants to do. You know, does price want to respect this 30-minute engulfing candle going long? Does price want to respect this 30-minute engulfing candle going short? This is what we're gonna wait for. If price decides to break above these highs, then we'll be looking for price to continue the push to the top side. If price decides to break these lows, then we know we'll continue to look for price to go back down to the bottom. And that's pretty much it, right? Bitcoin, we are in level 3, right? We're in peak high territory as well for Bitcoin. We had push number 1, first zone of consolidation, push number 2, second zone of consolidation, and push number 3. Right now we have no continuations in the daily time frame. We can see that price is stuck in a little zone of consolidation, which we'll see a little bit more clear here in the 4-hour time frame, where price rejects lows, goes highs, rejects highs, goes low, rejects lows, goes high, rejects highs, and right now we're again just moving sideways in this area. We have no continuation in the 4-hour time frame, no weeks of rise, no weeks of drop. We had a week of no net last week where price is just moving sideways. Do we have any engulfing candles that have printed? Let's take a look. Nothing on the daily. And the 4-hour, yes we do. Little red, red, green. But we also have a green, green, red. You see guys, this is why being patient really is key to this. Right, so let's break this down. First and foremost, is this a valid engulfing? Yes it is. We have an engulfing candle here that price tapped into and went straight into profit. And then we also have this engulfing candle here that price still hasn't tapped into. So now going into the 30-minute time frame, right, you can see that this engulfing candle was tapped today at 3:30 p.m. Right, I'm not on my chart at this time, so it's not something that we missed. It's just it happened outside of our sessions that we take a look at the charts. Again, there's nothing. Let's start from the top to the bottom, right? There's nothing here telling us where price is going, right? Nothing on the daily time frame. We just have exhaustion candles at the highs. Price is just moving sideways, right? Outside of the engulfing candles in the 4-hour time frame, same thing on the 4-hour, right? Market structure is still higher high, higher low, higher high. We're still trading between this 4-hour low and this 4-hour high in an uptrend, right? So who are we to say that, oh no, price isn't gonna just respect these highs? Right, because you know, again, higher high, higher low, boom, to continue into the higher high. Right, so once you start putting it in perspective, okay, cool, not only do we have that, but then we have two different engulfing candles. We have an engulfing candle going short, right, a bearish engulfing candle, and we also have a bullish engulfing candle printed in the same area. So we already know, again, a zone of consolidation is where the market makers are collecting contracts. So why am I going to allow myself to be part of that? Right? I would rather wait for the 100% confirmations. And once again, those confirmations are going to be market structure. Right? At one point we were trading higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, right? And when we know we were trading between this low and this high. Right? This low didn't break until here, and this is where we had our change of character. Right? And this is where we have our higher high, boom, that turned into a lower low. So at this point, are we trading? Are we going to, number one, the number one question is, are we going to respect the 30-minute structure shift where we made lower low and we'll make a lower high to continue into a lower low? Or is this just going to be a lower time frame inducement to make everybody believe that, oh yeah, this is where price is breaking these lows and this is the pullback that you're going to get to continue into a lower low, right? When in reality, this is just the inducement, and this is where the market makers are just going to continue to push the price to the top side, which is again the structure that we have in the daily and the 4-hour time frame. So for me, again, what I'm really going to wait for outside of these engulfing candles, I'm going to wait for that break of structure to be given. Once price breaks these lows, this is where I'll start looking to take a trade to continue that push down to the bottom, right? If not, very similar to US30. Right, we have our 30-minute high, we have our 4-hour high, we have our daily high. I'm not taking any trades up here. I'm either going to wait for price to give me a break of structure of the lows, or I'll be looking for price to give me a break of these highs here. These are the only two options I have. But taking a trade here where price is consolidating, again, a zone of consolidation is where the market makers are collecting contracts. you could make a decision. You're either going to be part of the people that the market makers are going to collect contracts from, or you're going to be part of the people who are going to wait for these inducements to be given, and then you take a trade. Right? Those are the only two options you have as a trader. You're either part of the trap move or you're part of the real move, and you're pretty much deciding where you want to be. So again, I'm being super patient with Bitcoin. As soon as we get out of these areas, then I'll start taking a trade. But right now, just gonna sit on my hands and we'll wait it out. Again, the reasons why we see so many confirmations, just think about it, right? Just think about how many confluences are in Bitcoin just in the last couple days, right? You have the SMC, SRC, TRT, DVD traders who are trading this thinking that this is a break and retest, right? You have the engulfing candle traders thinking that this is where price is gonna go short. You have the engulfing candle traders thinking this is where price is gonna go long, right? You have the people who don't really know how to read market structure, but they see this as a break of structure down here, who are also taking this going short. So just think about it. We have traders going short, we have traders going long, you have traders thinking that this is a double bottom and this is where they're going to get in to go long. You have traders thinking this is a double top here and this is just an extended double top retest. You have so much confluence here. And again, the reasons why you're in a zone of consolidation, right? This is where the market makers are trying to get as many people inside of a trade. It doesn't matter where you're trading, because at one point, if you think price is going to go short, right, and you get into this trade, price is going to go back up and hit your stop loss, right? If you thought that this is where price was going to go up and give you a double bottom retest to continue, right, at this moment you see that price is coming back down, right? So just got to be patient, guys. Wait for the real confirmations, wait for the real moves to be given, and then start attacking the market, right? That's all we could do as traders. How does this sound? Give me 1 second. Test, test, test. Horrible. Horrible. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. Oh man, I gotta buy a new mic. This is not good. Oh man, we're gonna have to just get through this real quick, guys. I'm sorry that my mic sounds horrible. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the cable or I don't know if it's the mix amp that I'm using, but they're all pretty old. I might have to just buy a new cable. Um, so let's just get through this real quick, right? So US oil is the last pair of the day. Unless you guys have another question, just let me know. If not, we'll be live again tomorrow morning from 6 to 10 a.m. for the live trading session. We'll be live again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for the isolation session, which is the session that we're doing now. And then again Friday we're doing a regular live trading session. Friday we do not do an isolation session. On Sunday we'll be back and we'll do a weekly market breakdown. Make sure you guys join the Discord. The link is in the description. I'll post the link to our Discord in the chat now, so you guys could have it just in case. And again, everything we do here is completely free, guys. So if you guys want to do a one-on-one session, if you guys want to continue to watch these sessions, everything we do here is free. So US oil, we are in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation and an overall market makers pattern downtrend. We have no continuations right now in the daily time frame. We have a month of counter rise this month. Price pushed out to the top side and came right back down. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, no continuations. Once again, we had a higher high. After we have the higher high, price is pushing down and give us a higher low. Right, counter. Once again, we have a week of drop last week. This week, we can see that price is still here at the bottom. Would love to see price give us a second week of drop, and then for next week to continue this downtrend push. But we'll see what price wants to do. And on the 30-minute time frame, we know that we are now making lower lows and lower highs. We had at one point higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low, lower high, and then price gave us that third and final push at the beginning of this week to continue that push, right? And then today, price did end up giving us another lower low, but it was just a wick. It wasn't really a break, just a testing candle. But we know that we're trading between this lower high and this lower low over here. And then once again, we have another day of drop. But at this point for oil, I am expecting a steeper pullback to be given before we could continue to look for these trades. I would also like for price on oil to give us that change of character and break of structure in the higher time frames as well, right? I don't like the fact that price was giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And I'm also at a point where I want to see something because something does not look right to me here, and I probably made a mistake drawing this up. Let me see. We have lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, and then price ended up giving us, this is where I'm kind of seeing, right? Because in the four, this is all internal structure, right? At one point we are trading lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high. So that would give us this low down here and this high up here, right? All of this is just internal time frame, which is perfect, right? It's all good, right? We never had a break of structure. We only had a change of character. So this could have just been the inducement, right? The same way that we had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, right? And then boom, we had a lower low break of structure down here, which would then give us this high and this low, and this would just be a pullback, right? This would just be a pullback instead. This would just be a lower high to then continue, right? And if we read it that way, then that would mean that this is where in the lower time frame we want to start seeing what we're seeing now, right? The change of character, the break of structure, to then continue that push down to the bottom. We'll keep this, we'll monitor this tomorrow morning, and we'll see what price does, and then we'll see what we could look for in the morning, right? But again, end of the day, we know that we are in an overall downtrend here for US oil. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If no questions, then we'll be done for tonight, guys. It was a great session. Once again, the only real pairs that I don't really have any pairs tonight so far that look good for tomorrow. We could go through this one. Oh, let's go look at the news actually. So we know that for tomorrow, Thursday, we have news at 8:30 in the morning, right? And that's pretty much it. So tomorrow's trading session should be pretty good. Once again, let's go through these pairs. Let's see if we have anything to really keep an eye on. Any trades that we could potentially look for, right? EA could have EU, sorry, could have a potential nice entry in the lower time frames. Once again, once we get the break of structure, if we could get this break, then we'll continue to monitor EU. Nothing on ECAD for now, nothing on GA for now, nothing on GCAD for now. GJ, nothing for me. Actually, let's look at that last 30-minute candle that just printed. No, there's no engulfing candle. Almost. That would have been a nice engulfing candle. Nothing on the 4. In the 1 hour, we have a little engulfing candle here that could print in the next 10 minutes, but I don't like. This is pretty much a doji candle. I don't like that the wicks are bigger than the bodies of that candle. That could be a nice bearish movement type of entry. But again, we're in a zone of consolidation, very similar to every other zone of consolidation that we're in, right? This is where the market makers are collecting contracts. So I'm not going to be looking for price to go down when price is still in a higher high, higher low situation. So GJ, again, just going to take a step back. GU, I'll be looking for this change of character and then a break of structure. So GU could be a potential one for next week. US30, don't know yet. We'll look at that tomorrow morning before the NYC Open. USD CAD is one that we have at 372, but again, we're in a zone of consolidation. So, and we had a very steep pullback towards the end of the day, so it's not something I'm expecting price to give. And then nothing on ZAR, nothing on gold for now, nothing on Bitcoin for now either. As we can see, again, price is just, if you took this trade because you thought this was an engulfing candle, it looks like price wants to go back up and give a retest, right? Go back to your break even. And then nothing for oil for right now. So no questions. Sounds good. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Make sure you guys save your charts. Peace out.